Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are going to talk about the different types of analytical operations in OLAP. This is the topic, the types of analytical operations in OLAP. In short, I can say which are the different operations in OLAP. This kind of question they are asking, which are the different types of OLAP, which are the different types of operations in OLAP, or sometimes they ask explain any two or any three operations of OLAP. Like that the questions they are framing. So today we are going to talk about this the types of operations in OLAP. But before start with this, first of all let me talk about what do you mean by OLAP cube, and then we'll move to the types of operations. Okay. So here you can see whatever the cube I am able to see, this cube is called as OLAP cube. Why I am calling it as OLAP cube? Because this cube is fetching the data from multiple dimensions. Right, mean to say, if I want to talk about on the normal, whenever we talk about the two-dimensional data, this two-dimensional data this two-dimensional data is generally like I am having a spreadsheet, means I am having the rows and columns. So you can see this is nothing but here if I am writing the anything which in product details, then whatever the information I want to fill, it will be always in terms of a two-dimensional data. Right. So this is a conventional data whenever I will be having only two dimension. One dimension is row and one dimensional is the one dimension is column. So whenever I will be having this kind of data, it is not a multi-dimensional data. It is only two-dimensional data by which I can fetch the data. But if I am having multiple dimensions, then how we need to deal with that? Because you know already in data warehouse we are fetching the data from multiple data sources. So people already know that whenever we are talking about a data warehouse, in data warehouse we are fetching the data from multiple data sources, right? So how that multiple data, how that data from the multiple data sources will get combined? So for that I will be having a term that is called as OLAP cube, right? Because in cube I am having three dimensions. So if I am zooming it in, you will be able to see. See, here I am having the on the this is one dimension, this is another dimension, and this is one more dimension. These are the three dimensions I am having. So if I am representing like this on x, y and z, so these are the three dimensions I am having, and then based on these three dimensions there are three values are there. For example, on the x direction I am representing the product category. On y direction I am representing the quarter, the result of the quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3 and quarter 4. Likewise in the z direction I am having the territories in the sense the countries I can say. So I am naming it here a territory like US, Australia, India and so on. Right. So these are the what I can say, this is the cube, this is the OLAP cube, and you can see here I am already having three direction, I am already having three dimensions. I am already having three dimensions. The first dimension is product category. The first dimension is product category. You can see here I am having PC, book, shoe and clothes. So these are the four what I can say entities are there. And on the y direction I am having quarters from quarter 1 to quarter 2, and on the z direction I am having the territories like US and Australia, India, whatever it may be. Okay, so this is I am having here I am having the multiple I'm why I'll require a OLAP cube. It is also called as hypercube, right? It is also called as the hypercube. It is also called as hypercube. Okay, so this why I'll require this type of cube, hypercube of or OLAP cube, because I need to fetch the data from multiple data sources, and whenever I want to do an analysis, I need to have this multidimensional data. Right, now how I can do the analysis? Suppose I want to identify how many pieces in Australia in quarter 4 have been sold. So I can identify this particular data. I will be able to identify this particular data, right? For example, if I am taking this example now, right? So you can see here in this particular category, how many books in quarter 2, in which territory, in this Australia, how many books in quarter 2 have been sold. So this I can identify, right? So in this way, I will be able to identify, or I will be able to analyze the things. Okay, so this is the hypercube, okay, or OLAP cube. And just now I have told you कि whatever the data I am going to fill here, that particular data always be in terms of, what I can say, multidimensional data, and these attributes will be always numeric in nature, because I am calling it this, always the data will be numeric, and these numeric fields are also called as facts, you already know. So here for this OLAP cube you will be representing it in fact tables, right? So you can see every data, whatever the values of the quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4 will be always numeric. Whatever the values of this PC, books, shoe and clothes, whenever I'll be talking about US, whatever the values of this particular quarter 2 will be in numeric. So those are nothing but the facts. Okay, now yeah, before starting with the OLAP cube, there only I have told you whenever we talk about this kind of spreadsheet, which will be like Excel. So in Excel you will be having only two dimension, either rows and columns. So in rows and column you can fit the data which is having two dimensional data, but you will not be able to fit the multidimensional data. So whenever we need to fit the multidimensional data, we will be requiring a logical structure. That logical structure is this cube, right? It is actually not a cube, means it is, again, it is a logical structure. It is not the physical structure. It is like data structure which we use, like linked list, like array, right? So these are nothing but the logical data structures which we use. So here in OLAP or in data warehouse, whenever we talk about OLAP cube, this is a logical data structure. Okay, and how it works, because in data warehouse we need to fetch the data, we need to fetch the data, or we need to extract the data or information from multiple data sources like text file, PDF file, the operational files. Yeah, so there will be various formats, it will be there. So we will be using ETL. Already I have spoken about what do you mean by ETL. ETL is nothing but E for extraction, T for transformation, and L for loading. So these are nothing but the ETL. ETL is extraction, transformation and loading. Means what? I need to extract the data from multiple data sources. I need to extract the data from multiple data sources. After that, why multiple data sources I am saying? कारण मला जेव्हा डेटा मिळणार तो कुठल्या एका PDF फाईलमध्ये किंवा कुठल्या एका एक्सेल फाईलमध्ये नसणार. Might be possible that I will be getting a data in from some sources in text file, from some sources in PDF file, from some sources in CSV file, from some sources in some other format. So I will not be able to load that data directly into data warehouse. त्यासाठी मला तो डेटा अगोदर क्लीन करायला लागेल, right? And that data will need to be, whatever the extracted data, that need to be cleaned, and that I need to be transformed into a unique format. या सगळ्यांना मला एका फॉर्मॅटमध्ये ट्रान्सफॉर्म करायला लागणार, and that data I can store into that OLAP cube, or that data I can put it into an OLAP server. Okay, and so that I can use that data for the further analysis at the managerial level or at the day-to-day work. Okay, so this is the what I can say, the basic understanding of what do you mean by OLAP cube. Okay, now I will come to the other part, that is called as the analytical operations of the OLAP. I will come to some other part that is called as the analytical operations of the OLAP. I will record separate video